First YouTube video. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who it's for, but I hope that the words I'm about to give you can help inspire you along your journey as I get more personal with certain things that I've gone through in life and what it took me to become who I became. So let's start from the beginning. My name is Clarence McLean. I am a Division I track athlete at the University of Louisville. I'm a sprinter, and I have a lot of other accolades, etc., but we'll get into those a little bit later. So to start it off, I was born in Birmingham, Alabama. Mom, dad, brother and sister, whole life. Kind of moved a lot. Not necessarily looking at it as a bad thing, because now when I think about it, I feel like moving taught me how to adapt better in certain environments. It taught me how to learn how to move on from certain things in certain environments. So now when I go through certain things, certain problems, certain situations, God is already giving me the ability to learn how to move on and accept things for what they are and accept growth, change as something beautiful, not bad. So to get into that, I feel like kind of peak start of my life started for me in junior year. I always ran track and always played basketball. Track for me, though, was always a love of mine. To get into the track aspect of my life, I started track maybe around 7th or 6th grade. I was never good, never really like best on the team off the rip. Coaches doubted me, people doubted me, nobody believed in me for real, because I wasn't doing anything yet. It was kind of hard for me at first because I wouldn't win anything. I wouldn't win any races. I was just out there kind of doing what I love to do and pursuing the passion that I had as a young track athlete. Time went on, and like I said, junior year started to peak for me. So I think I won my first race. From 7th grade to then, my mom always was like, trust the Lord, push, have faith. You know, having faith is kind of hard when you can't physically see the thing you're having faith in. It was hard for me to understand why I should have faith in something that I was constantly losing in, constantly being belittled in, constantly being talked about in. It was kind of confusing and kind of difficult for me to actually understand how in the world that I'm supposed to have faith. You know what I'm saying? So learning how to have faith, one, was the biggest thing for me. And once I did that, I got my first win junior year. Felt like I was on top of the world. I wasn't the best at what I was doing yet, but I was the best at that. In that moment for me, it was the best I could do, and I was proud of that. Getting into senior year, I remember that summer of senior year, I just worked like I never worked before. I don't know why I did. Maybe the inclination of God. Maybe I was just tired of losing. Maybe I just was chasing that winning feeling. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but something just flipped in me. And I thank God that he allowed that to happen and he gave me that gift, because it changed my life forever. Senior year, I qualified for sectionals for the first time, winning the 100 and 200. Also going to state for the first time in 100 and 200 and the 4x1. It was really eye-opening for me. It was like, okay, you can do this. You got some umph. You got some potential. You got a little bit of potential. Nothing too much, but you got the potential to do what you said you couldn't do. Your dreams were slowly starting to come true. And for me, it was like a big eye opener. It was like, okay, we got this. So senior year, bam, state. And I was not necessarily good enough to go Division I out of college, so I went Division III. Coach Lawson of Maryville College found who I was at a state meet and reached out to me. And he said, hey, I want you to come run for me. I have no track. I have no team. We're starting the team over again. For me, it was like, okay, you have no track, you have no team, you have nothing. Like, it was starting from ground zero. And he entrusted in me the ability to help build a program that he also was starting for the first time. So being able to give my trust into something that, it's like, it was a lot. So we prayed about it. Me and my mom prayed about it, and we're like, okay, I don't know what it was. Me and my mom were like, we don't know what it was, but Maryville was the place I needed to be in the start of my life. First year of Maryville College, I set multiple school records in every sprint event that I did. Also winning Freshman of the Year while winning Athlete of the Year. Improving the 100 by insane amount of time. I mean, like almost over half a second dropped like that. And it's so weird and it was so strange because it wasn't natural. It's not something I can tell you how I did or like what I did, because everything I was doing, like physically, the work, etc., nothing changed. My mentality did, my faith, my belief did, and my trust in God also changed. That is the one thing I would say changed. So spiritually, I feel like it unlocked something new in me that I never had. So going from this guy to this guy like that, it brings a lot of new challenges. Mom always says when you elevate, the devil's also elevating with you as well. So new blessings bring new monsters, demons, problems, you name it, it's going to be there. So first year, I set a lot of new goals, reached a lot of new accolades. But when I tell you that the first year of my life, like outside of home, you learn a lot of things. The devil really was attacking me harder than anything, and most likely, like, he had some opportunities where he could have took everything that I had from me. But I had to lock in, I had to focus, I had to reconsider, like, all right, go time. So we got through year one, best year of my life. Year two comes around and I elevate even more. Qualify for nationals in the 100 and 200, set even more records, broke the records I just set previously for this school while setting new records. Athlete of the Year, won every conference sprint event, 2-time All-American, 3-time conference record holder, 4-time plus 5-time like school record holder. It's just, the accolades can go on forever, but I'm not here to talk about the accolades. I'm here to talk about the journey. 2 years. My life has changed from being someone that I never thought I could be to being the man that I used to dream about. Now with this, like I said, it brought a whole lot of other amount of problems. It brings things that cause change. Indefinitely, I decided to move from Maryville to pursue a career at the Division I level. And now, as you can see, I'm at the University of Louisville, and that's how I got here. I didn't start, I had to grind my way out of the bottom to get to the top. Now, finally obtained all my dreams, finally obtained everything that I wanted to be. So Clarence, what was your point of telling me this whole story? In life, there are two sides. There's the elevating, and then there's the life. So you have everything you wanted to get, then you have the life side of it, your problems, your mental, your everything. God has given me everything that I've ever could have asked for, ever could have dreamed of. Everything that I dreamed of, I have right now. But God needed to have a meeting with me personally, come into my life and take away things from me that I thought that I needed or I thought I loved. I'm just gonna be very vague and not really get into certain things, but it was a lot of things that I held on to like this, that God said, no more. Now, when God does this to a person in any part of life, you can apply this to any part of your life. When he takes away something that you love, takes away something that you have built your life around, it kind of can turn your world upside down real quick. That is the devil getting into your mind, into your head, into your brain. The devil's working 10 times as hard now that he knows I've accomplished everything. He's trying to put me back into the ground, push me back into something that I don't need to be. So, learning how to overcome obstacles in life is probably one of the greatest things you can do as a man, as a person, as anything. Being a man of God is not going to be easy. You will have your days of doubt. You will have your days of worry. You will have your days of sin. You will have your days of all the above. What makes you a man of God is getting up the next day and being able to say, okay, God, what's next? All right, God, we fell down a little bit. Help me brush the dirt off. All right, Lord, what's next? In this life, you have two options. And in this life, in order to get what you want, you're going to have to lose some things that you love. And it's the hard truth, the hard reality that a lot of people don't want to accept. You can't elevate while still holding on to past luggage. This plane you're on right now has a weight limit, and you can no longer hold on to the baggage that's attached to you. You can no longer hold on to the things that have strings connected to you. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And I can tell you this because I know from experience, it is one of the hardest things to do when you've created attachments with these things, these people, these objects. It can be extremely hard. I'm not telling you it's easy. I didn't say it's going to be easy. But what makes you a man and what makes you be able to pursue and become who you're meant to be is learning how to push through adversity, learning how to become different, learning how to grow in yourself and with the Lord, learning how to become something you've never been. To get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. You have to be in a place that you've never been in. You got to be uncomfortable before you become comfortable. To get these dreams that you want, you got to get uncomfortable. You got to it has to happen. So, long story short, the whole point of this video, in life, you have two options. When adversity strikes and you finally reached a lot of things that you can reach, because I promise you, you can reach your dreams. You can reach anything that you want to reach as long as you work hard, keep God first, and don't lose faith. Because the devil will try to attack you in every form, way possible. He'll come at you in ways you didn't even think of. That's how the devil thinks. God also gives the devil power. He gives the devil authority sometimes to do things to us, to test our willpower, to put us in places where we're not comfortable with. God was with the devil for a certain amount of days. He had to overcome certain things the devil was telling him. You're the son of God. Why don't you do this, that? Being strong is not being able to hide your emotions. Being strong is not being able to not cry as a man. It's not being able to push everything down and, oh, I'm tough. Being strong is being able to pursue your dreams in life while going through adversity. So, to sum it up, you have two options in life. You may stay down and you may let the devil attack your mind, your mental, and your heart. Or you may rise up, push through adversity, and become the person that I know, that you know, that God knows you can be. You have something in your life that you're meant to do. And if you're watching this video, you're watching it for a reason. You're special. You're called. I believe in you, just like y'all believed in me. God believes in you, just like you believe in him. It's time to stop worrying, my man. It's time to stop worrying. It's time to move on. It's time to walk into what you've been called to do. And it's time to become the man that God has set out for you to be. I know. It is hard to step into faith. It is hard to let go of who you were. But I promise you, you have to let go of who you were in order to become the person you want to be. I hope you all have a lovely night, a lovely day, and may God be with you, and may God keep you blessed. See you next time.